Hey guys, welcome back. I have no idea how this has been doing. This is the only ending I've had to cut up into pieces. Super weird because it keeps freezing on me. It's annoying. I bent down slowly and picked it up. Is this medicine?
What? Well, what is it?
Hold on. There's a name on the label here. Axelavir.
Accelavir. You found it, Sigma. That's the one thing that can cure Radical 6.
Why did Quark have it?
Perhaps he found it earlier.
Earlier?
We
When?
explored the
When?
laboratory. It was on the other side of the red door. I happened to notice Quark putting something in his pocket.
He hid it?
Whether or not that was his intention is unclear. I did not have the opportunity to ask, as it didn't feel appropriate to go digging around in his pockets for it after that. And to be honest, it had also slipped my mind. We were rather preoccupied with getting him to the infirmary as quickly as possible.
Who cares about the details? We have it. Hurry up and give it to him.
Hey, hold on a minute. What about Alice?
Does it really matter if she goes first or not?
I'm sorry, but I don't think we can do that.
What?
There's only enough here for one person. The only way we have to administer this is with the injection gun. And the way it functions, it uses a whole bottle each time you pull the trigger.
In other words, we can't split the dose in two or something.
Right.
Well, we all stood stunned. Phi moved. Stepping over to Quark, she quickly ran her hands through his clothes, then stepped back with a frown and a small shake of her head.
Nothing. That one bottle was it.
Do you think there might be some more back in the lab?
No, unfortunately not.
No.
Oh, God.
Just enough medicine for one dose.
Only one person can be saved.
Who should we give it to?
Alice or Quark?
What the hell is this? There's no way we're only going to save one of them.
What to do?
Do I have to spell it out? We're going to save them both.
How?
That's, I needed to calm down. Think. There had to be some way to save both of them. It was there, I knew it. IG. Immunoglobulin. Or globulin.
Do you know what immunoglobulin is? It's another name.
Someone who's naturally immune to Radical 6. IG replicator.
It makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
So it's like a copy
Yeah.
machine.
Probably copies IG, whatever that is.
We can copy the serum.
Who knows?
Any ideas?
Ice cream by the gallon?
IG, aka immunoglobulin or whatever. Gobelins. That's it! I've got it! The IG replicator in the lab. Globulin replication machine.
What?
It can copy immunoglobulin antibodies. Luna just said Accelavir is made from antibodies. That means we can make more Accelavir.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG replicator on it. Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah, we never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
Because I've been there before. I saw it. When I was in the laboratory.
When was that?
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
No. Dale was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. I didn't think I'd ever been to the laboratory. So how did I know about the IG replicator?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Accelavir. That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark. Let's go have a look then. The laboratory, right?
Yeah. No time to waste.
We all nodded. Wait. We can't leave them here all alone. Luna, do you think you could stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
Alright, let's go. Off to the lab.
This is the lab, huh?
Yes.
There's this IG replicator thing.
Right here.
So this
See?
will copy the Excelavir?
I think so.
What are we waiting for?
Calm down, alright? Don't rush me. I carefully lowered the small vial of Excelavir into the slot on the side of the machine. An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably, that was where the duplicated Excelavir would go. Ready? When I push this button, it should...
Just press the damn thing.
Right. And pressed. Did it work?
Look, the empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So, it
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
Alright, let's get this thing back to the infirmary. I reached down and pulled both vials from the machine, intending to slip them deftly into my pocket. Ah, shit. Sorry, my hand slipped.
dropped one of them?
Yeah,
What
just
the
one
hell?
though.
What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
Come on. If it'd broken, then we could have just made another copy. Before Tenmyoji could reply, Fi spoke.
Guys?
I was surprised to hear her voice coming from near my feet. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath the table.
You see? It did break.
No, the vial's fine. See?
She held it up in one hand but didn't move her eyes.
Then what the heck is going on down?
Take a look.
She slid back from the table quickly and silently. The rest of us bent down to look. The second bomb.
Whoa.
The bomb?
Really? That makes two then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard. Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
Who the hell would do that?
We were all out looking for Alice. It could have been any of us.
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary. Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye on him.
So we shouldn't consider you a suspect, is that right?
Yeah, Quark's off the list too.
But Tenmyoji, you have no proof that you spent the entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory.
That's insane. Listen to yourself. There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb.
Tenmyoji was still staring furiously at Kay.
Hey, what's this thing?
I turned to see her grab something from under the table.
Looks like a...
Where was it?
Right under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the...
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb? There was nothing like it here.
Do you think they dropped it
Unless was
accidentally?
left here intentionally, yes. And
What do you think's on it?
Let's take a look. Could I see it for a minute?
Yeah, I guess so.
Plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing. Shoot. No dice. We'll need to plug it into something that can read memory cards,
So
but I don't
what
see
do we
anything
do?
here. Come on. If I knew, I'd be doing it. We gotta vote.
Yeah, we've got...
what should we do about the,
Not much we can. Alice said it'd be dangerous.
true?
We can talk about the bomb right now. We need to take care of it. Right. This ought to do it. It might take a little while.
Are they really going to be all right?
Yes. The analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Excelavir. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated,
It's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
I believe so, yes. Oh man, what a relief. I was really worried.
Clover grinned. Agreed. I gave her a reassuring pat on the back.
Now we need to get to...
Damn. Don't even have time to catch our breath.
Come on, let's go. Florida warehouse. Oh, come on. Sorry guys, my dog moving around like a crazy person. Alright, so this is the pivotal vote ending. The last one we need to do.
He stayed back.
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, so I asked him if he was coming, and this is what I
still think I'll stick around and make sure you're okay.
I see. That means that...
Ugh.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose ally. You know why?
Because I've only got one BP.
Exactly. If you chose ally and I betrayed you, your BP would... I want to win, but I'm not that desperate. You see what I'm saying, right?
Still can't trust him though.
Tenmyoji, since Dio said he's going to pick it, I can't really pick anything else if she does.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kay and I are going to be going one-on-one too, since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
This will be a tough one then.
One of them can get the other to ally, and then betray that person. Look, Kay.
I know. You would like us both to vote ally, yes?
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either. But that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate...
Right. Okay, good. You're really gonna do it?
Yes.
Promise?
Promise.
They're all gonna betray each other. Watch.
Shit, we need to move.
Indeed. Shall we?
What do you think about taking the one on the far
Sounds
left? Who's our opponent? I don't remember. I really don't remember who our opponent was. We'll find out once we get the results, though.
It's probably a little late. You know Alice is still in the zone.
Saying we should pick ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that anyway. I know. It's not really fair to betray somebody who isn't voting. Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the notary game didn't seem so scary.
10 seconds remain. 9, 8, 7, 6.
Sadly, we have to betray Alice, so yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Sorry, Alice. Payback's a bitch.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results: Fate Ambid.
Why? What happened to... It's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting. I thought...
There was nothing I could think of to say. Even I didn't really understand why I'd picked betray instead. It had almost felt unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making this decision. Perhaps I'd been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved my fingers to the betray button against my will. Hey, that's mean. Right, well, we should go see the results.
We already know what they are. It's just simple math.
Yeah, but I want to see the other people's results.
Results, please.
Do. So K, Quark, and Clover. Betray, betray. Tomioji and Phi. Betray, betray. Betray, betray. Everyone did betray. Wow. Wow. How did Alice get betrayed if she wasn't here? She wasn't here, right?
Points have been
Huh?
Please check.
What? How did she... What? She wasn't here. What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. No. How can Alice's vote be betray? That's not possible. She's in... Oh my gosh! Alice. She was standing inside the second room from the left. The room that should have been empty. Why? My mind was still reeling. Where had she come from? As I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move toward us. From around me, I heard a chorus of muted gasps. It seemed we were united in our surprise and glanced up at a display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh? Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it?
Oh. Me? A coward? You've got some balls saying that to me after you picked betray. Why are you even here?
You the antivirus, didn't you? Tenmyoji told me. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
But you should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible.
She got us.
I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people. A result of my training. I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
So you showed up right after we'd gone into the AB room.
Yes. Right in the nick of time. About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Yes.
You're full of shit. Self-defense my ass. You chose betray because you wanted out. You had 6 BP. If I'd picked ally, you would have had 9. That's what you were trying to do, right?
So what if I was?
Are you serious? You would have killed me. Look, I only have 1 BP. You were this close to murdering me. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
You're stupid. I knew you'd choose betray. There was...
Tell the truth.
The truth. Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
Very true. Tenmyoji and Dio tried to kill Phi.
Yes. If Dio had chosen ally, Phi would have killed Tenmyoji. And if she'd chosen ally, Dio would have killed her.
Yep.
I don't want to be rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another. Not that it seems to have worked. If
Everyone
either
tried
one
to
had
trick
chosen
each other.
ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
It's messed up. I turned to look at the results again. Before I'd only been looking at my own. I hadn't realized that there was only one word all across the roster. Betray. Whatever trust we'd managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Or had it been something else? Whatever the reason, if it kept up, we'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. But we can't keep going.
My apologies, Sigma, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate it if you left alone.
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little sorry.
Well, in that case... Yeah, sorry. See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here. Come on, Clover.
Hold on! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried.
I watched them walk away, Clover practically jumping with delight to have Alice back. Before long, they reached the yellow door and disappeared beyond it.
Everyone's gone.
You aren't going to leave too? Are you sure? I chose betray.
But I still believe in you, Sigma. I think your hand must have just slipped or something, right?
My chest hurt, and when I blinked, I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes. Luna, I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse.
Yes.
As many times as we want,
that
huh?
means- Sigma? Do you remember what
Yeah, I remember. Let me see here. So I'm Scion 1. What about you?
I'm a magician.
I wonder what the others are.
We won't know until we...
We've got about 80 minutes until the next set of chromatic doors open. So what should we do
Everyone
now?
else has gone off on their-
Yeah, physically and emotional. I really don't like how this is going. It won't matter how many times we repeat the AB game if nobody trusts anybody else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
If we all had a common goal, something to unite.
Yeah, but we've already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. That seems like a pretty clear goal to me, but everybody chose betray, including me.
Well, what if we have an enemy?
An
Yes.
enemy?
Like the person who set the bombs.
After coming back from the lab, I told her about the bomb while she gave Alice and Quark the Accelerator. Yeah, that might work. If we can figure out which one of us planted those bombs, then everyone else would work together against them. But how do we figure out who it is? Hey, Buster, up! Come on! Buster! Buster! Sorry, guys. Come on. My dog's weird, but... I forgot about that. That's right. The memory card.
What's this?
I told you, a memory card. It was under the bomb when we found it in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb dropped it. Yeah. I don't know what's on it, though. We couldn't find any kind of memory card reader.
We can't really use... Oh, wait a second. You know what? I think... Yes, I remember.
In the medical room,
The
or...
infirmary. I saw it when I was searching there was a memory... Yes! I think we can see what the computer there
Yeah. Luna and I exploded into the infirmary, nearly running to Alice, Clover, and Tenmyoji. Quark was there as well, of course, but he was just as we
What are you
left
doing
him.
here?
I opened my mouth to retort the thought better of it. If I really wanted people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home. As quickly as I could, I explained the second bomb and the memory card and how we'd come to the infirmary in hopes that we could discover what was on it.
Okay.
Then stick it in already.
Go ahead.
Right. Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen, exactly the right size for the memory card. What is this?
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set. In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat. Yeah.
Is this some kind of code or something?
Random to me. I think there might be a pattern. Just
Was there anything else on that? No, it doesn't look like it.
So all we get is this gibberish. Hey Alice, we haven't said anything for a while. What's
Does
up?
any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
Training?
This is...
So you do recognize it.
all right.
Come on,
knock it
Buster.
off. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to
I
side.
believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
The Myrmidons. For some reason, I felt like I'd heard that name before.
What are the Myrmidons?
Yeah, that was the name that was on the knife
They're
that I
like
seen.
thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
So this thing we're looking at. You think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb? It was set by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
Damn, I've got a ton of questions for you. But let me start with this one. What the heck does that thing
I
say?
don't know. How am I supposed
What?
to decode it? I don't have a key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
What about you, Chloe?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
Is the key the thing that we found up on the surface on Deal's ending? Not much we can do then. We can come back to that code stuff later. I got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? Why do you know about this code?
That's...
You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state, or something. Just what the hell kind of job is that? I think it's time you told us what you do.
Sorry, but I can't. Because you might
Why
be
not?
one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
That's idiotic. Of course I'm not.
And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
I'm not your enemy. I'm your ally. I'm your friend. I just want all of us to get out of here. Just please tell us. Please. We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. But we have too little information. We need your help. Fine. If you won't tell us about yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Before I could blink, she'd leapt up and run out of the room. Hey, wait, Alice! I took off after her.
How long are you going to keep following me?
Until you tell me what you
Why
know.
don't you just ask Clover? You
Clover?
already know she works with me. Then why don't you...
Well, yeah. I wanted to hear it from you. That's a good question. Remember the crew quarters? Or this garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I've spent more time with you than anybody else here. Maybe that's it. I guess I'm just curious about you.
What are you talking about?
She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. We walked down the path to where it ended next to the pond. I stayed silent. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak.
You don't hate me?
Why?
I tried to kill you.
You mean in the
Yes.
AB game?
I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game, and then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could. Things just went downhill from there.
What do you mean?
I remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying, and everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward, only it was
The
real.
Radical 6
Then
symptoms.
I started to feel like... I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only...
That was probably the Radical 6.
I don't remember much after that, but when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back. So all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could. It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you. God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared. See? I'm horrible. You hate me, don't you? Just do it.
What? Do what?
Kill me! Get it over with!
What the hell, Alice? I'm not going to kill you. I don't even hate you.
You're lying. I could have killed you. I would have killed you.
Come on, calm down. No one's killing anyone. A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek. Then another and another, leaving shining lines across her face. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek and off, taking her tears with it.
Why are you doing this? You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
That's who you were after, right? The people who killed your dad? Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried?
Come on.
I'm shut up about myself.
Sure. My
Really?
lips are sealed. What crying? I don't remember any crying.
Good. All right then.
Alice took a deep breath and began. My mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on a vacation and married shortly thereafter. He's cloning. Was he one of the scientists that was taken, maybe? Yeah, the terrorists kidnapped him, which was the Dio's group with the brother guy or whatever. A man named Left. Yeah. They were all named Left, though. Known as Freed the Soul. In a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out there, and that's where she ran into the people of 999. Actual name is H. He was bound and placed in the trunk. Yeah, he was the one that yeah. It was his code name was oh well wait. Well yeah, there you go. You see him there. He was a member of Free the Soul. Huh. Yeah, he was testing the morphogenic field.
Yes. Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea. We should go back. Which is? Yes. What do you propose we do? Clues? Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but... I told you. We need a key. Without that, it's pointless. A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key. What the hell? Where did... Wait. Can you say that again? That's 198,449,351 to the third power. That number you just told me, prime factor decomposition on that number gets you 198,449,351 to the third power. Exactly. You probably learned that in junior high, right? Yes. I did do all of that in my head. Simple mental arithmetic. I told you, I'm better at math than most people. Look at you. You just recited a huge string of numbers. That seems pretty astounding. Where did you find that number anyway? Can't tell me, huh? Fine. I'm pretty sure that's the key to the code, though. I know the Myrmidons use prime factors for their keys, and there aren't a lot of 25-digit numbers that turn out to be the third power of a prime number. I think there's a very good chance that number you memorized was specifically created by someone. Well, look at the prime factors of your 198,449,351 to the third power. I think that's our hint for cracking the code. You still don't get it? Try to remember the code we saw in the infirmary. What did it say on the monitor? On the second row. Wow, you've got a pretty impressive memory. We could really use someone like you back at the... You use 198,449,351 to point you to the right letters. Well, the first number is 1, so take the first letter. The next number is 9, so go 9 letters over from the first one. Just keep going until you get something. Make sense?
No. I ran over what she'd said in my head. The prime number Alice had given me was 198449351. So what would we get if we picked out letters like she'd explained? The first letter would be C from the top left. Then you'd move 9 to the right, which would give you O. Then 8 more to the right. Eventually we'd get a word. And that word was... So we have to do it as in, C. And then we move over by 9, right? Is there a way I can look at that thing, though? Sun key, newspaper, pH detection document, PC inside, researcher's journal, paper with a colorful thingy, Excelivir, note about IG, business cards, road map. How the hell do we bring up the thing, though? Does this do it? No. How do we bring up the thing, though? I should have did this while they were talking. Damn it. Well, he said it was O, right? C-O. Oh, I screwed up. Extremely screwed up there. Damn it, I screwed that up.
Completed? Are you sure?
No, I can't remember the code like you can, but if you're certain, I believe you. All right then. I wonder what completed is supposed to mean then.
Mission complete. He was gonna say that, you know, that the mission was completed, I guess.
What transmitter?
Memories of what happened that last time around. With Dio. Fucking Dio. Damn it. Why hadn't I realized it before? I could remember a series of numbers. At least I remembered it now. Dio was a member of the Myrmidons. And not just any member. He was their leader. That meant he had to be the one who'd planted the bombs.
Hey, are you listening to... Then answer my question.
Yeah.
What the hell was that? What's this about a transmitter?
I didn't trust myself to try and explain it to her. More than likely, she'd just think I was insane. Even I could barely make sense of the sudden influx of new information. If I was, do you really think I'd reveal myself like this? Out of nowhere, Clover appeared.
Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over. We're all
Really?
down on the floor B where, well, all of us but Luna and Clark.
Why?
We've still got 45 minutes until the white doors open.
I know that.
Okay. Hey, wait a minute. I thought you, Kane, Cork didn't know about the white doors.
Yoji told us about them. He said he'd show us where they were. So we all followed him down to the floor B warehouse.
I'm assuming you left Quark with Luna?
Yeah, anyway, when we showed up, Vi and Kay were already there. Well,
So?
all of a sudden, Vi, Tenmyoji, and Dio all started yelling at each other.
Why? Did something happen?
Oh yeah, because Tenmyoji didn't know what they voted.
I only had one BP too. The choice seems like a...
Ugh. Just come with me. Kay's trying to calm them down, but there's only one of him.
Coming.
Stupid? What about this is stupid? We're talking about my life, you self-righteous dick. Hard to trust someone who tried to kill me.
Same to you. I told you letting Dio vote was a stupid idea. What did you think he was gonna do? You might as well have pressed the button yourself.
I couldn't just leave Quark alone.
That's no excuse. And where do you get off telling me I shouldn't have picked Betray?
Did you even think that through?
What? I was supposed to pick ally? If I'd done that, I'd be dead right now.
I could say the same thing to you. Damn good thing Dio didn't choose ally.
Please, that's enough from both of you. Sigma's right. This isn't the time to be bickering with each other.
Oh, you don't get to talk. You tried to betray Clover and escape on your own.
Perhaps. But I think that's better than merely killing someone.
Well, I only did it so that she wouldn't kill Tenmyoji.
I figured out who planted the bomb.
What? Is this what you were talking about earlier?
Sort of, yeah. I know which one of you it is.
Spit it out then.
Please, explain what's going on here.
I don't think I need to. They're going to admit their guilt in just a few minutes.
What?
You're all going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Or I guess I should say, Dio's mouth.
What are you on? You think I set those bombs? Hey, if you're
Yeah,
gonna
I do.
accuse me, you better have some pretty damn good evidence, pal.
I'm not accusing you. I'm just stating a fact.
Where the hell did you get that fact?
Fun as it was, I know taunting alone wouldn't be enough to make Dio confess. He just played dumb. He was good at it, and I'd get nothing. That meant I was going to have to trick him. Well, you see, I'm actually from Free the Soul.
Free the Soul? What's that? Some kind of hippie shoe company?
Don't play dumb, Dio. Or should I call you Left? Brother ordered me to come here, to keep an eye on you. It was quick, but for just a moment I saw his eye twitch. I leapt on that moment of weakness like a hungry dog on a steak. Fine. Skepticism is understandable. Admirable, even. But perhaps this will convince you. I pressed forward, pulling out every fact I could remember. I told Dio about Brother's background and how his younger brother Left had been murdered. I mentioned casually that the Myrmidons were all clones of a single person. So? Still not convinced? How about this? Do a little prime factor decomposition on that, and you'll get 198449351 to the third power. If I'm not who I say I am, how on earth could I possibly know that?
No, that's not possible.
Finally. So let's start over, shall we? I was sent here to watch your every move. It seems our wise and noble brother doesn't trust you. He suspects betrayal.
You're lying!
I assure you, I'm not. But if you don't believe me, why don't you go outside and call him yourself with your transmitter?
No. No! You have to be lying! Brother trusts me! That's why he chose me for this mission. Why would he make me the leader of the Myrmidons if he...
Huh? Sorry, what was that?
Why would he have made me the leader of the Myrmidons if...
Heh. I grinned.
Wait. What the hell? Are you fucking kidding me?
Sorry, Dio. I've never even seen Brother.
What the hell was all that? How did you know all those things?
Don't know. Maybe I was divinely inspired.
That shit.
What's going on?
What are these Myrmidons?
Dio and I stared at one another while Clover and Tenmyoji quickly explained to Fine K about the memory card and the number 2 bomb about the code we'd found that was from a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons.
So you mean to say someone from the Myrmidons planted the bombs?
And Dio pretty much just admitted to doing it?
Bastards.
Yeah.
I'll never forgive you.
I heard a low, furious muttering behind me and turned to see Alice.
I am going to kill you!
Her voice rose to a scream as she charged toward Dio. He ducked out of the way smoothly and pulled something from his pocket.
Whoa there.
He's got the detonator!
I like my women a little feisty. But you're taking it a little too far, sweetheart. Tone it down.
What?
You see this? You know what it is, don't you?
Oh my god. Is that detonator?
Exactly. And I assume you know what happens if I press this button?
Yes. I think I do. I'm guessing it'll set off both of the bombs.
Well, I wouldn't say both.
You mean there's still a number 1 bomb you haven't found?
Correct. And there's one more, too.
No.
Exactly. I planted 4 bombs. They're the ones numbered 1, 2, and 3, but there's also one more.
The 0 bomb.
Number 0. Add all that up, and you're looking at about 4 tons of explosive power. Those go off, and it's all over. That's enough oomph to turn this whole place into a smoking crater.
Aren't you forgetting something?
That'd kill you too.
So, I'm ready for that. I've got spares.
Spares?
Yeah, clones.
Let's go, Clover. Sure, all that training wasn't for nothing.
Huh?
Before I had a chance to ask them what was going on, they moved.
Die, you bastard! Yeah!
Her voice, though. She roared and leapt toward Dio, Clover following just behind. Alice threw a punch at Dio's face, and he dodged. Clover spun out from behind her. Dio grunted and turned to focus on Alice, but Clover darted in and snatched the detonator from his hand.
Clover, get him! Right!
Uh-oh. Huh? Before I could respond, Clover had thrown the detonator at me. Yelling didn't do him any good, and Dio found himself subdued by the skillful teamwork of Alice and Clover. Strangely, though, once they had a hold of him, he stopped struggling. I was reminded of a gazelle with its neck in the mouth of a lion. Had he surrendered? Or did he have some trick up his sleeve? It didn't feel right. I didn't have to wait long for my misgivings to prove true. The detonator in my hand suddenly began to flash. What?
Serves you right.
What are you laughing at?
You, her, all of you. God, you're stupid.
What?
See that detonator you threw to Sigma? You activated it. If it gets more than a meter away from me, it sets itself off. We figured someone
Oh,
would try to
no.
take it away, so we put in a little safeguard. Since you two were kind enough to take it away from me, the bombs have gone from remote control to countdown timer. Go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Won't make any difference now. The bombs are gonna go off no matter what.
How long do we have?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Oh no.
My condolences.
What can we do to stop them?
I told you that already. First, we need the device that allows us to input information. Then we plug it into each bomb and enter the codes.
Hey Alice, who the hell are you? How do you know all this?
None of your damn business. Just tell me where the input device is.
Well, that's none of your damn business. Fuck! Stop! You're gonna break it!
Of course. That's the plan.
Please.
Hell yeah, Alice.
Just tell me what I want to know.
Okay, okay, I'll tell you. It's in my coat. In the right-hand pocket.
Clover, check it out. Right.
She nodded and started digging through his pockets. After a few minutes,
No use. There's nothing here.
Did you lie to me?
No, I swear, keep looking.
Oh, wait. There is something in here.
Clover pulled her hand from his pocket and held it out. Is that a pill? Like for medicine?
Hey, what is this?
Huh? I can't see it. Bring it over here.
No, don't do that. That's a death pill, isn't it? Yeah, pill that killed him.
Shit.
What? What was that?
Poison, I get.
What?
Damn. How could I be so stupid?
Lost it. In my couch. comb.
Fine. Don't tell us. How about you give us the deactivation codes instead?
Deactivation. You guys are persistent. Fine. I'm not gonna do you much good anyway. I'll tell you. But you only get one. This is the deactivation code for bomb 3.
I have bomb 0 and bomb
Ready?
1, right? I'm missing one more though.
LHC.
And MR.
MR.
What about the other 3? Tell us the other 3. He didn't even seem to hear me. His voice was weak and more foam was dribbling out of his mouth.
Beautiful. Where my brother live.
Those were the last words Dio spoke. He died with a strange, happy smile.
He only gave us the
Damn.
password for one of the bombs. This is bad. What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
How much time have we got?
25 minutes.
Are you sure?
Yes. When he told us the time, I checked my bracelet. It said exactly 30 minutes.
You mean the bombs are gonna go off the same time the next set of doors opens?
Yes. The time on your bracelet is the time we have left.
This isn't good. I was hoping that we might be able to escape through the white doors, but
It takes 5 minutes for the primary door to open and close. So,
yes, I know. There's no way we can get through them before the explosion happens.
Well, there's no point just standing around. We should start looking. We need 3 things. The password input device.
And the remaining 2 bombs, right?
Right.
we also need passwords for all the bombs other than number 3.
Exactly.
Hold on. Let me check. Damn, he's clean.
Then we'll just have to hope we find it somewhere. Tenmyoji, can you go tell Luna what's happened?
Right, I'm on it.
Good. The rest we can do this. Let's go.
The clock kept ticking. 15 minutes. 10 minutes. 5 minutes. 1 minute. We are dead.
Chrome at 5.
Before everything went white, we didn't even have time to say goodbye. 1,000 emotions flooded my brain in those last moments. Why? How? How had we ended up this way? Then a blistering wave of heat, like the surface of the sun, wiped out any lingering thoughts. Explosion. And we die. That's it. So that was the Alisan. Huh. Do, 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 do. Brr, 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 brr. So this is on this side then. So we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4 endings to go. I think at least. Unless there's some that like, oh no, this one maybe. I don't know. There's some stuff that just branch off and end here, but yeah.